Hello everybody, this is Father Mario Quejadas again from the Diocese of Joliet in Illinois and also from the parish of St. Walter Church here in the Diocese of Joliet for our hashtag Mission Mondays Hope is Alive. Our hashtag Mission Mondays Hope is Alive. And this is week 6 of our series. Week 6 of our series. The title of which is Why Did Jesus Die? Why did Jesus die? And the subtitle is, What's the Problem? Why did Jesus die? And what's the problem? Remember that these reflections and teachings came from the Alpha series. If you are interested in an in-depth community journey to answer these questions, please go to our parish website and join our Alpha online series. The cross, you see over there, is the symbol of Christianity. It's like the logo of Christianity. About a third of the Gospels is about the death of Jesus, and much of the New Testament is about explaining why he had to die. So why did Jesus have to die? Because he loves you. Because he loves you. There's a verse in the New Testament where Paul says this, the Son of God, that is Jesus, loved me and gave himself for me. The Son of God loved me and gave himself for me. That's Galatians 2:20. You are loved. Can I say that again? You are loved. That's the message at the heart of the New Testament. And that's the message at the heart of this universe. It's as personal as that. If you had been the only person in the world, Jesus would have died for you. He loves you that much. His love for you, it's unconditional. It's wholehearted. It's everlasting. It's continual. That's the reason for the cross. It's God's amazing love for you, for me. So why? Why would be that necessary? What's the problem? What's the problem? Well, you are created in the image and likeness of God. That means that you and I are masterpieces. You and I are masterpieces. There's something amazing about the human being. Something noble, something beautiful, something magnificent. Human beings are capable of such extraordinary activity because they're created in the image of God. And God is a creative God. That they can produce great music, art, literature. Human beings are capable of great self-sacrifice, devotion, and kindness. But there's another side to the coin. We are also capable of bad stuff. You only have to open the newspaper or social media. Look at the news. There's some terrible things going around the world. There is evil, going on around the world. But the world is more complex than just saying, well, those are evil people and these are good people. Because it's more mixed. It's more nuanced. People who are capable of great love, devotion, and kindness can also do bad stuff. Did you hear that? People who are capable of great love, devotion, and kindness can also do bad stuff. I've done some stuff in my life that I deeply regret. Like, the times in which, I argued with my mom or with my dad, or especially with my sister, how we fought, like crazy. Sometimes physically when we were kids. I've hurt some people too. Even though I know that I have been capable of great love and self-sacrifice. I've even hurt as what I've said, people that I love. People that I love. And the Apostle Paul puts it like this in Romans 3:23. He says, all of us have sinned. All of us have sinned. Now sin. Sin, that's the word that changed meaning in our culture. Sin has almost become like a good word. One advert for ice cream used the slogan, it's good, it's sinful. It's so good, it's simple, sinful. But sin in the Bible is much more profound and relevant to you and me. We're not talking about accidental mistakes or eating too much chocolate. Guilty. But our seemingly natural inclination to mess things up. I want to repeat that again. Our seemingly natural inclinations to mess things up. If we're honest, if you are honest, if I'm honest, we've all done something wrong. And sometimes every day, or sometimes even every moment of our lives. St. Paul said this, all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. What does that mean? The glory of God is Jesus Christ. The glory of God is Jesus Christ. And compared to Him, we've all fallen short. So in that case, you might say, well, we're all on the same boat then. Why does it matter? But there are consequences to the things that we do wrong. It matters according to the New Testament. For these reasons, I put them under 4 P's. 4 P's to make them easier to remember. First of all, the pollution of sin. The things we do wrong spoil and pollute our lives. It's like the pollution of the environment is a big problem at the moment. But Jesus says that it's possible to pollute your soul. The stuff that we do wrong can spoil our relationships. If you are trapped in the sin of lying, untruth is not helpful in relationships, especially with your relationships with your significant other. Then there's the power of sin. Number 2, the bad stuff in our life, the bad habits, they're very addictive. Jesus says that whoever sins is a slave of sin. If you take drugs like heroin, you become addicted and it can take your whole life and make you a slave. But it's not just hard drugs. It's also possible to be addicted to bad temper, to envy, to gossip, pride, immorality. This is the slavery Jesus talked about that has a destructive power toward us. The third P is the penalty of sin. There's something within us that cries out for justice. And when we see horrible things that are going on around the world, we say, that should have not happened. That should be stopped. They should be brought to justice. They should be in prison. Like a child that has been abused or an elderly being violated. We long for those that have done that to be caught and punished. That sense of justice that wells up in us. But it's not only other people's sins that deserve to be punished, you know. It's ours as well. The Apostle Paul says this clearly in Romans 2:1. He says, you therefore have no excuse when you pass judgment on someone else, for at whatever point you judge the other, you are condemning yourself, because you who pass judgments do the same things. And then the fourth P is the partition of sin, or the barrier of sin. You know how it is that when we have offended someone, or someone has offended us, we cannot look them in the eye. You see this in dogs a lot. They cannot look at you. And even, with children as young as 2, if they have done something wrong, they cannot look at you. We try and avoid them because something comes between us. And what the New Testament says is the stuff that we do wrong has caused that partition, that barrier between God and us. That's the bad news. Sin. Next week, we're going to talk about the good news. Remember that these reflections and teachings came from the Alpha series. And if you are interested in an in-depth or community journey to answer these questions, please go to our parish website and join our Alpha online series. God bless you all.